What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're back finally with some more Garp Challenge content. Now, I've uploaded 3 teams against Quick, Sai, and Int that actually can beat both ENEL and the Whitebeard challenge. So today we're with the strength variation that can beat both of these challenge with the same team with no changes whatsoever. And that team is going to be utilizing none other than Super Type Snake Man, because he is arguably the best strength captain in the game. The thing about Snake Man that I really love, I mean, we'll talk more about it as we get into the video, but Snake Man, I love his Super Type special, plus his special is just so good. Like, the fact that he himself can provide so much for your team means that a lot of your crew members can just be, you know, relegated to utility, which is great. I really love that about this unit. Also, because he's free spirit, we can use the Liberal Hind ship, which gives us additional healing, which is going to be great. As for the other units on this team, we've got the Kizuna, Marco, and Ace, because they have a freaking awesome attack boost, and really cool that you can use the support of a Kainu attached to Marco and Ace, because they deal damage, meaning that when you launch their special, not only do you get the attack boost, but you'll also get a full board of matching slots with a Kainu, so it's amazing. We've got Buggy. Buggy's going to be very important, especially with his fear resistance against the ENEL fight, as you guys will see in this video. We also have the Vivi and Rebecca, which is going to be a really key unit against the Jozu stage and the Whitebeard challenge, and plus we do have kid support, meaning that we can get guaranteed color affinity on the final boss stage, even though not really required. Nice to have either way. And then we also have Usohachi, which will help us get around some of the threshold that we'll have to deal with on the ENEL challenge. But overall, it's a pretty straightforward team, but it actually works very effectively against the ENEL challenge and the Whitebeard challenge. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So getting into this, the first challenge we're going to have a look at is the ENEL challenge. Now, with this, one thing that I actually forgot to mention in the intro of this video is how do we get around the stun debuff on the final stage, because your captains are stunned, and when they're stunned, the captain effects are inactive, and obviously that's a really bad thing. Now, the really cool thing about this, right, is that for those who didn't know, if you use a special that reduces your crew's own HP, it does remove the stun debuff. So obviously we've got Buggy to get rid of the special bind with the fear resistance, which is obviously really good. And then, by the way, you know, if you use Douglas Bullet, for example, as the captain, when you use the special of Buggy, it's actually going to go ahead and give you a full board of matching slots, because Buggy states that if your captain is a driven character, which Bullet is, you can get a full board of matching slots whenever you launch the special. So that's something that you could potentially build right as well. But anyways, I digress. Let's getting back to what I was saying, talking about the stun debuff, is that Marco and Ace, the Kizuna unit, reduces their own HP when you launch the special, on top of dealing damage, on top of giving you a 2.75 attack boost to strength characters, plus their switch effect. Oh my god, this switch effect was so useful, as you guys will see throughout these runs against Whitebeard and ENEL. Dude, their switch effect is insane. I believe it gives their own slot, and then like any badly matching slots are changed into strength. It's ridiculous, especially for Snake Man, because you get the 5 times attack boost if your strength character has a recovery slot or a strength slot. So it's ridiculously valuable to have a character such as the Marco and Ace. And remember that, you know, like having Ace on the team will actually proc the Luffy super type as well. So, you know, you don't actually have to have Usohachi if you don't want him on the team, but I mean, this is the exact stage where Usohachi would be activated anyway. But man, Marco and Ace were legit just built for Snake Man. They built different. They built for Snake Man. And they're ridiculously useful, man. And then Vivi Rebecca, I know a lot of people hate when other people use Vivi Rebecca, because they're just kind of like just a unit you can shoehorn into any team, and it just makes the team better, or just a little bit more viable, because they've got one of the best switch effects in the game, you know, guaranteeing you a 2.5 chain lock every single turn. You know, unless if you've got a better chain locker on your team, which, depending on the situation, you might. Having accessibility to a 2.5 chain lock every single turn is ridiculous, because, you know, having a 2.5 chain lock means that every single character that attacks, aside from the first character that taps, is attacking as if they're the last character to attack on the chain. So if you're having your whole team do that every single turn, your damage goes up, plus they have the additional healing. And then if you have the Liberal Hind, plus sockets, plus the switch effect of Vivi Rebecca, you're healing 4,000 HP per turn. Like, that is insane. It's so good. Plus their special ability, which I don't use actually too often in this video, but their special ability giving you 2 times color affinity to Cerebral and Striker. Obviously, the only character on the team that actually really benefits from that is Vivi Rebecca themselves, but the fact that they can actually become a Dex unit with Vivi, and then you can use their special ability, means that if you are up against a quick enemy, you know, you can just give Vivi Rebecca, you know, color affinity, and you can use like a super tight Snake Man special, or you know, their super tight special, and you can have, you know, Vivi Rebecca, who is a dex unit on your team, just do crazy amounts of damage to any quick enemy, which might be a little bit difficult to get around. And of course, once we reach the final boss stage, it's just over, because we have all of our specials ready to go, and NL just can't tank it. I think I literally, you know, attack once to get my chain lock active, and then I think Snake Man will just kill NL by himself. We just have that much damage right now, you know, 2.5 orbs, 2.75 attack, we've got 1.3 color affinity, 2.5 chain lock, all on the final stage ready to go. So yeah, it was actually pretty easy. Like, you probably don't even need the Luffy, the super tight Luffy special ability, but still makes a big difference either way. But that's going to wrap up this little clip here against NL, and we'll take things on once we get to the Whitebeard challenge. So the Whitebeard challenge was a little bit easier compared to the NL challenge, that is for sure. The NL challenge, definitely, I wanted to try and conserve certain special abilities for the final stage, but against the Whitebeard challenge, the enemies have like less HP, at least that's what it feels. I haven't actually statistically looked at it, but it definitely feels as if the bosses on the NL stage are a little bit more tankier. You know, there are some certain instances like this one here against Kuriel. He actually does have a lot of health. But I'm just talking like those stages that have like multiple enemies. You know, they just feel a lot stronger on the NL stage, whereas on the Whitebeard stage, it's a little bit easier to take on, that's for sure. And then, you know, the stage against Fossa, which is probably the most dangerous stage you can take on in the Whitebeard challenge. It's just a cakewalk with this team. You know, I think I activate a special or two. I can't actually remember what I use, but I know that we get through it in like 2 or 3 turns, like pretty comfortably, no problems. You know, the Jozu stage is quite easy to get around. We can either use Vivi Rebecca to get rid of the defensive effects, or we can use Uso Hachi to do that as well. Another thing to note as well is that Uso Hachi does have a delay mechanic in his special, and the really cool thing about it is that the Fossa stage, which is one of the most dangerous stages in this fight, they don't have a delay immunity, they've only got a poison immunity. So you can legit use Uso Hachi against the Fossa stage if you're in a little bit of a bind. And then you could use Vivi Rebecca to remove the defensive effects on the Jozu stage. You know, I like that there's variation in this team, which is good. You know, the way that I clear it is not the way that you have to clear it. So it's really, really cool. If you find yourself in a bit of a different situation, you can conserve your specials for when you need them, which is really, really awesome. But it was actually really cool to go ahead and use Snake Man again, because I hadn't used Snake Man in a hot minute. Most of the time, I'll only use Snake Man if like I'm up against like mono dex content. Because, you know, Snake Man just has an amazing super type special, an amazing special effect, and a very, very easy to use super type condition, right? Only needing, you know, Ace, Sabo, or one of the Straw Hats. Like, it's not very difficult to fulfill, which is quite nice. So, all that being said, man, I mean, like, the strength variation was actually not that challenging to build a team for, and was actually the second team that I actually come up with. The first team that I officially built to take on, you know, both NL and Whitebeard was the Psy variation. The second one was this one right here, the strength variation. This was very, very easy to build for. And I think from there, what else did I do? I think I did Dex next, and then I did Int, and then I did Quick last, because Quick was definitely the most tricky one to get around. But either way, as you guys would have already seen that already, that video is actually already out. And the last one I still need to do is Dex. Well, in terms of a video for you guys, I have already the teams recorded. Just have to upload it for you guys. So that will be uploaded most likely the day after you see this video. So thank you so much for watching this video today. I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip versus the Whitebeard challenge. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.